At Meds Plus Consulting Pharmacy and Wellness Center, you're not just a number. We offer individualized care for each of our patients, plus prescription delivery and medication management.
Bringing the pharmacist back to the community, Meds Plus Consulting Pharmacy and Wellness Center.
At Meds Plus Consulting Pharmacy and Wellness Center, you're not just a number. We offer individualized care for each of our patients, plus prescription delivery and medication management.
Bringing the pharmacist back to the community, Meds Plus Consulting Pharmacy and Wellness Center.
All right, everybody. Hello, and welcome to Meds Plus Medical Minute. We are not live today, but we do have an amazing guest that I can't wait for y'all to meet so that she can share her story and talk about her personal wellness or her personal journey through GLP into wellness. So I want to introduce to y'all Veronique Reed. Welcome her to our show.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you, Veronique. So Veronique and I have known each other for years. We actually met back during our Black Girls Run era, when she started the Sunset Crew. So tell us about the Sunset Crew. I know we would go out and do runs and walks, and tell us about that. This was what, 12, 13 years ago?
Yeah, like around 2013, I believe, or 2012 is when we started. So it was my introduction to doing 5Ks, which I was always so intimidating because I'm not a runner at all. And so I joined Black Girls Run thinking, well, maybe they'll accept me if I'm walking and not running. And I learned very quickly that they were a very inclusive group. They didn't care what level you started out at. They just wanted people to come. And I fell in love with it and wanted to become a run coordinator for the McCalla-Bessemer area. So that's how the Sunset Crew started. And we would meet up. Initially, we met in my neighborhood. And then the group got so large that we had to transition to Target. So we would meet at Target and we would pray before we walked. And then we would walk, and everyone walked at their own pace. We set a time. And then after we got through, we met up, we took a picture, we prayed out. And I think I was a run coordinator for maybe a year or two before I had knee surgery, but it was an awesome group of women, and I do miss it very often. I hope that somebody else would pick up the torch and continue it in our area, but I know Black Girls Run is still very popular. So
absolutely. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed my time there too. I was able to meet you and so many amazing women and men, because we did have men as well.
Right.
And we would just have a good time out there getting our exercise on, making sure we stay fit and healthy. So we're here today kind of talking about our GLP-1 journey. So many of you who follow us know that we've been talking about the GLP-1 therapies and how they have been literally changing people's lives who have the chronic disease obesity. So tell us about what inspired you to start your GLP-1 journey.
So at my heaviest, I was around 235. And nothing I did seemed to work. I have a long list of medical issues, one of them being hypothyroidism. So it makes it more difficult for someone like me to lose weight. I tried every diet there was, protein, Atkins, cabbage, just you name it, vegan, and just nothing would be sustainable for me. It was up and down. And at one point I just stopped caring. Until I was watching the Today Show. It was in November of 2023. And they had said that, I guess the FDA perhaps had said that GLP-1 medication was now going to be approved for weight loss, or it was safe for weight loss. And I thought, well, maybe this is my opportunity to get this medicine that has proven to work, and maybe my insurance will cover it. And let's see. So I did. I saw that episode of the Today Show and I jumped into the portal, reached out to my primary care doctor, and I said, look, I'm pre-diabetic, I'm on metformin, I got all these other health issues and nothing is working. Let's try this. And I'm so grateful to God and Blue Cross Blue Shield, shout out to them. Right, because they approved me, and it has literally changed my life.
Yeah, and I love hearing stories like that because, we talk to so many patients who are skeptical about prescription medications. They're thinking, oh, I don't want to be dependent on this for the rest of my life. And one of the things we tell people is, I love when people have healthy skepticism. So we want you to ask questions. We want you to find out more information about something before you just start. But I mean, you did the right thing. You got the information from the Today Show, which I know they do a great job of disseminating health information. And then you went to your doctor and said, hey, these are the things I've tried. They're not working, or I'm able to lose weight but not keep the weight off. I heard about this medication. What do you think? Do you think it's appropriate for me? So we love for people to feel empowered to have those kind of conversations with their providers. So what were your expectations going in? Like your Blue Cross Blue Shield approved you. You get that first prescription. What are you thinking?
So I did some research, and I don't know, it's not technical research or clinical research. I jumped on TikTok like most people do, and tried to find people who had similar journeys with me or had started to see what their process was like. So I went in hopeful, but also wondering, is this going to work for me? Because when you do stuff like TikTok or social media as a way of getting information, you're going to hear the good side and the bad side. And there were some people who did not have success, some people who got really sick, their bodies didn't react well to it. So I just kind of went in it with this mindset. If it's meant to work for me, it will work for me. And what do I have to lose? Nothing. So we tried it, and my doctor was really, really great. Dr. Michael explained to me that we were going to start out at the lowest dosage and see how my body reacted to it. She told me what things to look for, things that maybe, if this happens, I need to know, these are things you can do to combat some of the side effects that you might experience. Having that knowledge was so helpful. So I was optimistic, but also like, do I take a before picture? Because what if this doesn't really work for me? Or let me not share my journey as I'm on my journey. Let me make sure there's actual something to see before I be like, hey, this is what I'm doing. So that was what my thought process was when I started.
So what was the first point when you said, you know what, this might be working? Did you notice the pounds shedding? Did you notice your clothes fitting better, more energy? What was that first thing? And you were like, I think this is working.
So I would say I started in November, and even though I was getting on the scale and seeing it move, looking in the mirror, I couldn't really see a difference. From day to day, you see yourself every day. So, but when I really first started to feel like, I think this might be working, was Valentine's Day. Okay. So there was this green dress that I had bought a year or two before, and it was form fitting. And I had never worn it out because I did not feel comfortable enough to wear it out. But I kept it. It was hanging in my closet. And I thought on Valentine's Day, because we had a date, that I would put that on with supports, to still suck everything in. Yeah, but I thought maybe maybe this will look good on me now. And it didn't. And that's when I was like, yo, so it is working. I am losing the weight, and it is noticeable, and that just boosted my confidence with what I was doing. So
yeah, so that's those non-scale victories.
Yes, very much so.
Yes, love it. Yes. And I love when you talk about, being able to go, I call it shopping in the back of my closet. So I'm able to, those pieces that I love, and I was like, okay, I got this when I was smaller, or I got this and it didn't quite fit well, but I'm just going to put it back here in hopes that one day I'll be able to pull it out. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you have those clothes in the back of your closet that you're waiting on, GLPs may be good for you, especially if, and we don't want to make light of it because obesity is a serious health condition, but we can definitely celebrate these non-scale victories that we have, and looking good and feeling good are definitely two at the top of my list.
Yep, me too.
Yeah. So I always like to talk about beyond the medication, because we know that just like a lot of weight loss trends, a GLP medication is a tool. So it's
Mhm.
something that you use in addition to
Right.
behavioral or lifestyle changes to help support you in your weight loss. It's just like when we have a new patient that starts either a diabetes or a hypertension medication, we will talk to them about taking the medication properly, but we also talk to them about
Mhm.
behavioral and lifestyle changes that they need to make in order to help improve your overall health.
Yep.
So, what, if any, did you make, and how did that go using the GLP as a tool?
Okay, so one of the things that I will admit, I am not the biggest water drinker, but I knew it was
Mhm,
very important for me to get in my water and then
mhm,
protein on top of that. So
mhm,
for me, my experience with the medication was that it really did suppress my appetite
mhm.
to the point where I would have to remember I need to be
Yes.
eating something,
Uh-huh.
right? But also at the same time, I can't eat like I used to eat. Some
Mhm,
foods, fried foods, fatty foods, junk foods would upset my
mhm,
stomach. And I
mhm,
did not want that. So that made me have to choose more wisely when it came to the
mhm.
things that I was consuming. So I knew protein was important. Okay,
Yep.
so we're gonna do a hard boiled egg or scrambled eggs, or we're gonna do some turkey meat, or we're gonna do
Mhm,
some baked wings, like those sorts of things. So I'm reminding myself I need to eat. And when I'm eating, I'm making better choices. And
mhm,
so, even though I'm still on the GLP-1, I'm prayerful that when I do get off of it, what I've been
mhm.
doing for a year and a half, out of memory, out of habit, I'll
Yes.
continue. I know what things
Mhm.
I like. And as long as they were in line with me losing the weight, then yeah, I'll eat those things.
Yeah, yeah. And I love that too because a lot of people have asked us questions. So, once I lose the weight, when I get to my goal weight, can I stop taking the medication or do I have to be on it for the rest of my life? And the truth of the matter is that the answer to that is different for everybody. So
Right.
there are some people who, will have to, just like your diabetes medicine is a maintenance medicine to help keep your A1C down, or your
Yep.
blood pressure medicine is a maintenance med to keep your blood pressure down. For some people, in order to treat the condition of obesity, they'll need to be on some type of anti-obesity medicine, possibly for the rest of their lives. Now, there
Mhm.
are people who can do what we call alternative dosing. So there are
Right.
people who get to that maintenance dose and they're able to stay there without having to increase because they want to just maintain where they are. There are people who maybe stretch out the interval. So most GLPs you take once a week or you inject once a week. There are
Mhm.
people who may dose every 10, 14, 16 days, something like
Right.
that as a maintenance dose. So just letting everybody know there are alternatives that you can use.
Mhm.
If you've tried to discontinue and you notice those cravings are coming back or that food noise is coming back, there's some
Mhm.
things you can do to try to combat that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
so let's talk about encouraging others. So,
Okay.
what advice would you give to somebody who's like, you know what, I've seen the ads because I know it's all over my Facebook. I guess it's because I post about it so much, but I've
Mhm.
seen the ads. I've watched TikTok and I've seen people, lose 50, 100. Some people have lost 150 pounds on GLPs, but I still don't know if it's right for me. Um, what advice would you give them, or any encouragement you would give them for those who are on the fence?
I would say to do your research and ask questions.
Mhm,
One of the things that I've been very excited to share with people who ask, and even if they don't ask, you see my post, I will
mhm.
post in a minute
Yep.
because I'm proud of what I've been able to accomplish. But
Mhm,
don't be afraid to ask questions. If you know someone, a church member, a sorority sister, your
mhm,
coworker who seems to have slimmed down, and what are you
mhm,
doing? And they
mhm.
don't be afraid to ask. Don't be
Yeah.
afraid to talk to your doctor.
Mhm,
Don't be afraid to try, because
mhm.
when you don't take that first step, you'll never know.
You'll never
So
know.
yeah, I can tell you too. Also, I'm not a fan of needles, so that was one of the
Mhm,
things I was a little apprehensive
mhm,
about. I was just like, how am I going to do this? I will say for the particular medicine that I'm on, I don't know if they're all the same, but the one that I'm on, I don't even see the
mhm,
needle, and nine times
mhm,
out of ten, I don't feel the needle either.
mhm,
So
mhm,
just don't be afraid to try. Do your research, ask questions, and then take
mhm.
a step of faith. It's going to be
Absolutely.
rewarding. So I promise.
I completely agree. And I actually just started our ticker. So, of course, at Meds Plus, we do have our Meds Plus Path to Wellness program. So, if you are on the fence, you have questions, you're not sure whether GLP-1 therapy is right for you, you can call our office or go online to our website and schedule an appointment with us, and we can talk you through it. We can ask questions to help you determine whether GLP-1 therapy is right for you.
Mhm.
So let's talk about what's next for you on your wellness journey. I heard you mention that, you hope to one day not have to take the medicine and be
Yeah.
able to maintain with lifestyle. What's next for you? And if you could write a prescription for others who are starting out, what would you say?
I would say your journey is your journey. And what I
Mhm.
mean by that is the way it works for you is going to be different than the way it works for me, the way it worked for the people that I've watched on TikTok or people that I know personally. So
Mhm.
be give yourself grace, and realize that it's not a sprint, it's a
Mhm.
long distance marathon.
That's right. Long distance.
I track my weight. I will be honest and transparent to say that when I started, I was getting on the scale way more than I should.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
every other day, first thing
Yep.
in the morning. Like, there a change? I don't see a
Yes.
change. Is it working? Don't do that.
Mhm. Mhm.
Don't do that.
Mhm.
But if you stay consistent and if you have concerns, just be ready to voice and be an advocate for yourself when you speak with your
Mhm.
doctor. I did that
Mhm.
too. And I'm very passionate about it. I've had people who have reached out to me to ask me questions, and I'm sure
Mhm.
they're not ready for the long message response audio thing.
Yes.
I will tell anybody that asks
Mhm.
about what my journey has been like, my successes and my failures. I've even shown
Mhm.
people how sometimes it would do this number.
Yes.
It's not a straight bam, the
Mhm.
next day you're going to be at your
Mhm.
goal weight.
Right.
There's going to be holidays, there's going to be birthdays, there might be a week where you're
Mhm.
like, I really want to enjoy, I'm going on
Mhm.
vacation, I want to eat what I want to eat and not have anything.
Mhm.
Just give yourself grace, but it's
Yes.
well worth it. I'm so pleased. And as
Yes.
far as what's next for me, I'm still on it, and I'm not technically at my goal weight, although
Okay.
some people think I don't need to lose any more weight. Somebody told
Uh,
that to
uh-huh.
me.
I get
Um,
it.
but I wanna still feel good. I want to still look good. I want to
Mhm.
still feel like this is the best shape I've been in. I'll be 50 next month.
Ooh,
I am.
girl.
Thank you. I am now smaller now than I was in high school. I just
Yeah.
can't even believe it. When I was in
Mhm.
high school, I thought I was too thick. I
Right.
did.
Right. Uh-huh. Mhm.
Just all that
Mhm.
time. But yeah, I just anybody that asks me, I would be happy to share, and just don't be afraid. Go for it.
Absolutely. And also, on the flip side of that, for those of us who are also using GLP-1s, don't be afraid to share your story, because you never know who needs to hear from
Yep.
you that it's okay to get help. It's just like someone who may be suffering with alcoholism or substance use disorder. Obesity is a chronic disease, and it's okay to seek help from a healthcare professional. So that's something
Yeah.
we've been preaching for months, and we want to make sure
Yeah.
everybody know that. So, Veronique, Mrs. Reed, thank you so much for joining me
Okay.
tonight. Y'all, we're sisters. We love each other dearly.
Yeah.
I hope you can
Yeah.
tell by the banner back and forth. We've known each other for years. And I want to just say thank you for taking the time to do this, for being so open and transparent and sharing your story. And you look amazing. And I know you feel amazing too.
Thank you. I love you, Polly. Thank you so much.
I love you too. I love you too. So again, if you're interested in learning more about GLP-1 therapy for weight loss, definitely reach out to us at Meds Plus. Our number is 205-650-4636. Or you can visit our website. There's a big old banner about Meds Plus Path to Wellness on the website. So until next time, we'll see you next time with our Meds Plus Medical Minute. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
At Meds Plus Consulting Pharmacy and Wellness Center, results matter. Empower your health journey with a pharmacy that puts you first. Plus, we offer prescription delivery and medication management.
Bringing the pharmacist back to the community. Meds Plus Consulting Pharmacy and Wellness Center.
At Meds Plus Consulting Pharmacy and Wellness Center, results matter. Empower your health journey with a pharmacy that puts you first. Plus, we offer prescription delivery and medication management.
Bringing the pharmacist back to the community. Meds Plus Consulting Pharmacy and Wellness Center.